Hi, today is Saturday, January 11th, 2025. I am just relaxing in a room at my dorm in Seoul. I uh, move, I moved to Seoul yesterday. From now on, I will be living in Seoul for the time being, for the foreseeable future, like 3 years until I retire from my company called KT, the number one career in Korea. And I'm very proud of my company, and I'm very appreciative of what it had offered so far. And I will continue to work with my company to better provide the IT and MS Microsoft Azure service and Microsoft Cloud service to our corporate customers and also governmental customers too. Yes, I'm a salesman. I could be consulting foreign corporations in Korea. If you happen to be one of those managers or owners of the foreign companies in Korea, you can always contact me for further information on your IT needs that KT can provide. Our services encompass all ranges of IT services that you can imagine from A to Z. Uh, that's about my work environment. Today, I'm going to read about family constellations and how to handle fear and phobia using NLP, Neuro Linguistic Language Programming. So here we go. By the way, I've done the Avatar course and also done the family constellations. I used to practice Tai Chi, and also I've done Power of Life. That's just purely running to the mountaintop with a rucksack filled with a lunch or rocks, even rocks, to burden you, to load you, so that you can just experience the limit and that you overcome it by continue to run to the peak without a halt, without a rest. You cannot die, even though you fear that you will die from the pent-up breathless, but you can't die, right? It's just exercise to overcome any fear, any limit, or any limiting belief. You overcome that limit and encounter the second limit, third limit, fourth limit, and continue to go on and be successful. So the reason I am trying to read this article is to practice English by reading an English article on a daily basis. The article could be of 20 minutes to 30 minutes of length. If one article falls below 20 minutes length, then I will select another one and read that to fill up the gap, so that the aggregated amounts of time that I read could be more than 25 minutes on average. The title is this article is from newfamcons.com, New Family Constellations, right? There is a family constellations, and this author named his or her therapy session as New Family Constellations. Fears, let's learn how to handle fears and phobias. This is one of the exercises that made NLP famous for its efficacy. It may be undertaken for all the fears we have: fear of driving, of an exam, of someone. The exercise is presented to be carried out by one person, but if we want to work on a phobia, we will need to do it with a therapist. Reframing the fear. First, we become aware that the fear we want to work on allowed us to adapt to a danger. It was a very quick learning experience. Interesting concept, right? The fear we want to work on allowed us to adapt to a danger. Instead of encountering danger and fall victim to it, right? Allowed us to adapt to a danger. It was a very quick learning experience. Our unconscious is able to learn new responses just as fast. The part of our unconscious that is responsible for producing that fear response always has a positive intention. We thank her for it, and we inform it of our wish to change, that we still need protection, but not from that danger anymore, and that we are going to update its information so that this part can protect us better. 2. Anchor of security and calm. We are going to create an anchor of calm and security. See NLP exercises, and we will use it every time we feel insecure. 3. Find the earliest possible memory you may have of that fear. Use this first memory of fear. 4. Imagine the screen of a mobile phone at a distance of several meters from you. Project on it in black and white the traumatic scene at high speed. You become aware that you can hardly see it at such distance. With a control remote, go back to an image that comes before the scene. Then let the scene develop and stop on an after image and freeze it on the screen. Now rewind the scene. You become aware that you can hardly see it at such distance. With a control remote, you go back to an image that comes before the scene. Then let the scene develop and stop on an after image and freeze it on the screen. Now rewind the scene with a remote control very fast and in black and white until you get to the first image. Reproduce the scene in this way in black and white and at a high speed until you can feel that it doesn't affect you. Now select color and a slower speed. Remain at a distance from the mobile and play the scene forward and back and forth several times until you feel nothing in front of it. Notice how you have survived that situation and that you feel good. Constantly help yourself with this anchor of security and calm. 5. Switch off the mobile and discover the positive intention of that part of your unconscious that created the fear. Say thanks to it. 6. On a big cinema screen in full color, now ask your smaller self pertaining to your first experience of fear to relive that moment of fear one last time on that big screen and in full color, very fast at first, forth and back. Put yourself into your smaller self. You are on the big screen several times at high speed until you can feel that it doesn't affect you. 7. Hug your younger self. Tell her that she has survived the experience, that she has grown up and she has got better, and that you, her adult self, are going to look after her and protect her. Tell her that event is over and that everything is different now. Tell her of all your love and gratitude. And now decide together what to do with this new available strength. That strength that you had to waste feeding that fear. 8. Bridge the future. In a few days, imagine yourself in front of that situation that would have created fear in you and observe what it does, right? Contact Getxo, Basque Country, Spain. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.